Alright. Welcome back to Dungeonous Dorks.
Hey.
It's episode 39.
Wow, where does time just go?
Season 4.
We're wearing the same clothes as one of our previous
Hey, it
episodes.
still might be episode 39 if you said you're going to be breaking
Well, I mean,
them
these
up.
aren't really our clothes. There's the costume department in the back. They just give us these.
Yeah, that's true.
And it has the words with my costume.
Just like the script that I'm reading.
What's with these sweaters, man?
I don't know.
Anyway. All of you appear on this teleportation circle surrounded by halls and halls of books, and
Right.
you see
So
across
exciting.
the way additional teleportation circles with more people that just pop into existence and immediately walk off. You see a fair number of people talking around you. It's not loud, but it's busy in here. You're sort of caught off guard by the wonder of this extremely intricate yet sturdy architecture. There's gold inlaid everywhere. There's just the smell of leather and ink and something that you can't quite place. It smells like industry here. While you're taking this all in, a voice calls out to you, "Hey, get off the teleportation circle!" and starts to usher you away.
I'm going to immediately start scanning book titles.
Okay.
As much as I can.
Would I know where we are? Have I
Yeah,
been here?
you're aware of where you are.
I'm uninterested because I see books.
I really couldn't be more different for coming off the streets. It's hilarious.
I mean,
I'm shocked you read. I'm like, really?
you were raised in a library,
Pretty
basically.
much. Yeah.
But you are aware, Ulfgar, that you are currently in the Inventimarcanium.
Oh, man.
Basically, it's the magical headquarters of the city.
Yeah.
Everything happens here, from research to training of war mages to organized long-range teleportation. But you're here. You can do whatever you want.
I was going to say, what do you guys want to do? You guys want to go to my house?
Are there more books
Can we
here
stay
than
in
in
the
the
library?
library in Oak Hill?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's couches here, right?
Where exactly is here?
Well, we're in Plumberg. This is the...
Yes, but
This
what-
is the
what is all this?
Inventimarcanium. It's the magical headquarters of the city.
magical headquarters of the city, you don't say.
I kind
I
of
don't
want to
say.
research a little bit more about zombies and necromancy, just because that's what we keep encountering.
Is there anything here
Yeah.
but books?
So,
Oh, yeah, but it's mostly books.
What else is here?
Magical things.
Where are those at?
I could show you. And I could probably show you where
I'd
the
like very much to
zombies
see some
and undead
magical
stuff
things.
are on the way.
Absolutely.
oh heck yeah, let's go.
Yeah, we'd like to go and see that.
Well, as long as we're loud. It's
Am I-
not like
am I
is there heavy
knowledgeable enough to
is there
give them
heavy
a tour,
guards or
basically?
anything?
So, are you proficient in history?
Ooh, that is the question. Am I?
I am.
I am.
Okay. So, because of your position within the city, and because you are in fact proficient in history, you are knowledgeable enough to give them a full tour
Oh
in
please,
great
yes.
detail.
All right, so I do that. We do a grand tour, all the nooks and crannies of the Inventor.
Best day of my life.
Do a perception check. Just to see how the people around us are responding to our group, and more
I'd
specifically
also like to
Monty,
do-
because he's not used to being in a space this big yet also enclosed.
I'd also like to do one to see how heavily guarded is this place.
Yeah.
So first, how is Monty doing?
I mean, like he's staying very close to my feet, and like he's just like there's a lot of stimulus. but he's not going to run after anything, but he's also like having a hard time getting his attention. And I'm just like
too much stimuli for him.
I feel more like me and Monty are both very used to being in dirty places, and this feels very clean, and I'm worried if people are looking at us like we don't belong here.
Oh yeah, did you clean up your shards of glass?
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. You hit me with some shards of
15. So I'd say during your short rest when you recovered hit points, part of that was dressing your wounds and cleaning it up.
Yes.
So you're fine. 15, you said? So you look around you and you do see occasionally someone glances in your party's direction and their eyes never rest on you for more than a second or so. As you're sort of walking around, you do hear a sort of middle-aged dwarven fellow walk by and just fucking tourists.
Not in Dwarfish?
This is in Dwarvish, yeah.
But I speak Dwarvish, so I know what he's saying.
So I laugh.
Yeah. Alright, cool.
Can
I don't know what he said.
check?
I don't either.
I only speak common and halfling.
21.
Your keen eyes are able to spot immediately all the guards around you, and it's pretty dense. It's not like this place is a bank or anything, but this is a city that is larger than what you were used to, richer than what you were used to. While you're able to spot all of these guards, you're not sure what to expect from the people around here. You're not sure. Like, this is putting you off.
Is Mary wandering around with us on the tour?
Nope.
Oh, okay. Bye, Mary.
She just sent us and we left,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. So, I'm looking for books on, getting rid of undead and necromancy.
Yeah, zombies.
Ulfie, I want you to take me
things
to
like
where
that.
the fancy magical stuff is.
Okay. So you're basically looking for the same.
We're looking
sort
for the
of
same
stuff.
kind of stuff.
Well, she's trying to figure out how to raise them, apparently. I'm trying to figure out how to get rid of them.
Okay.
Oh no, I can raise them. I just can't create them yet.
Are you
We're
doing
working
this
on it.
together, or?
Kind of. I mean, I
Kind of.
assume we'll be in a similar section to each other.
Okay, then I will say that you can roll with advantage.
All right.
Which one of us is rolling?
Probably Kithri.
I read Celestial and Elvish.
I read halfling. 14.
And then your second roll?
7.
Okay, so 14 plus...
Plus what? Proficiency?
So investigation. So
Investigation, which is 3. So 17.
Alright. Yeah, you fairly easily spot a section having to do with necromancy and section having to do with healing and restoration, and you see, even with that, you're able to see that they sort of consider the two to be two sides of the same coin. There doesn't seem to be a whole lot of stigma towards necromancy here, it seems.
Cool.
Does that include, like, abjuration?
Abjuration you do not find in this section.
Okay. I'm going to keep wandering around
I'm going to stay where I am. and
see
read
if
up
there's
on
anything
all
in the
this.
abjuration section about getting rid of necromantic curses.
Okay. You go ahead and make another investigation check.
I'm going to bend luck. Actually, no, I'm just going to play and give myself advantage. Much better. Investigation, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Non-natural 20.
Okay. So you do find section on abjuration. You start out a little bit lost, but someone actually notices that you're looking for things here and asks if you need help. And based on the description you give, they point exactly where you want to go. pretty much.
Great.
So you find a few books on the dispelling and nullifying of curses, particularly with a focus on necromancy. And I'm guessing you're going to spend some time reading, or you just
Also try to find someone to ask if there's a way to borrow books.
Okay. So that same gentleman who showed you where to find those, you ask him, and he says, yes, actually, it does require a small deposit, and at the time that you go ahead and borrow the book, we'll place a magical mark on you and the book as well, just so we know where to find you.
Fantastic. And then I'm just gonna thank him and wander off to... I'm sure there's some sort of reading couch or something somewhere.
Okay. All right. Anyone else?
We're going along with
I
this
want
tour.
Olfie to take me on a magical tour that leads to magical things.
I like learning. I'm
Are
gonna
there
follow
any,
at a respectful
and this is
distance.
kind of specific, are there any waterfalls, going into pools?
That's very specific.
In this library.
In a library.
in a library.
No, but like
It's a
we've
bougie
been taking
library.
we've been taking a grand tour of this entire place, not just the library, right?
I didn't
mean,
leave
it's
the
a really
library.
big
I don't know what you guys want.
Isn't the whole thing
It is more than a
basically
library, but
So Ulfgar starts you on the tour of the city. Just to give Ulfgar some perspective of this, city has about 300,000 people in it. It will take a few days to give a tour of the whole city, but you do know some places of interest.
Already lost two of us.
Yep.
Just wandered off.
Didn't leave where we ended up.
You're like, there's some stuff over there. And just,
Thank you.
Okay.
I thought we were just doing a
tour.
tour of this space, or is there not more to see in this building?
Because I do have my old stick. My non-magic stick.
So,
you had your sticks.
You have a magic stick.
Yeah.
I have a magic stick now. I
His whole
grasp
body.
with both hands.
yeah. The body is magic.
Yeah.
That's a real two-handed weapon.
Okay.
Alright.
So you start showing them around. While you're talking, I'll go ahead and give you some interesting statistics about the city.
Oh, okay. Let me take notes of these interesting statistics in case.
You can
That
tell
we're not
us when you
listening
get
to.
back.
Yeah, I'll tell you more.
Tell us what we missed.
Yeah.
And you tell me, and yeah, what would be
And you'll tell Monty?
I'll tell Monty.
Okay.
Monty will tell
feel
me.
free to take notes. I figure I will just go ahead and slack you my notes on the city. And,
Yeah. I like that too.
Okay.
That way I don't have to type it. I can just copy paste it.
Because you know all of
Yeah,
this.
I know everything because I'm so smart.
It's your hometown.
Yeah.
About 300,000 people in the city proper, but around the city there are numerous both underground cavernous villages as well as mountainous villages, and this city really is based in the mountain ranges, maybe 150 miles west of Oak Hill. But including all the surrounding villages, there's probably close to 800,000 people or so in this area. It's about 90% dwarves in the city, 5% gnomes, and 5% a mix of other races. Plumberg is known for its lead mines and smelters, producing metals and alloys generally used in tools, construction, and alchemy. Week west of Oak Hill, traveling on foot. Some of the sort of headquarters, places of note there. For the arcane, there's the Inventimarcanium. For the sort of divine capital, there's a large temple to Moulton called Moulton Prime, and then another significant temple to Tyre, I forgot how it's pronounced, called the Shield. There's the smelting district where they purify ore, the forge district where they make tools, and then commercial places. There's a whole bunch of places, but you're primarily familiar with one called Leaders in Lead. And then there's the government center, military center. But are you opening up about your family and your background?
Probably, like, as we pass places, I'll probably be like, oh, and there's the place where I did this, and oh, and I tripped really bad and scraped my knee really bad right here. I'm, like, going down memory lane.
So you also mentioned, it probably comes up that your family is, as far as you know, still the second wealthiest family in the city.
I feel like that's going to pique Trinity's interest.
She's not already interested in you. She is now.
Right behind the Vain Sense family. And then there's a few other families after the first two. It stops being like this is first, this is second, starts to be these are significant wealthy families, but they're not necessarily ranked in any particular order.
You are 2%.
Pretty much.
Must be nice.
Is that why you're a little playboy to your goddess?
I'm the only goddess that he prays to.
Right. Is that what that beard is all about? Anyway, we're not there.
No, we're not.
Don't burn your nose. Carbonation burns when it comes back out.
Ulfgar, is there some sort of like a market or trading place for weapons and
Oh, there's like 20 bajillion.
Yeah, take me your favorite.
All
I mean,
right.
if we have time, I don't know how your tour plan's going, but
Yeah, we can swing into my favorite.
Okay. So particular for weapons and armor?
weapons and armor.
Alright. So you don't do a whole lot of shopping for your own weapons and armor, I think?
Probably not.
We have people
Probably
for
not.
that.
Yeah. But
I
you
probably
do
know where we...
you know approximately where they are, and you sort of think of the most common one that you've heard of, the one that most sticks, and it is called Weapons, Armor, and More.
Yeah.
Nice. Great
Just
title.
like Bed Bath and Beyond.
I didn't need to more, but I'm down for it.
It's got everything.
Perfect.
There's even a little concessions thing. You can get like, some canned beef or I don't know. Yeah, some chimichangas.
I'll pop in and ask
It's like an IKEA.
Yeah.
see what I can find. I don't know, do you want to wait for me, or you can go on if you want to?
I think we should go.
Who else with me? It's all the four of us.
Yeah.
These two are the ones that stay
Yeah,
behind.
we're not there.
Oh, okay.
Velgrath is with us now.
It's getting rid of the elves as you can. Competition.
No, I'll pop in, take a look around.
Cool. I wanted to ask the shop guy if he has any words. Armor for my dog, for Monty.
Okay.
Let me get Monty some armor. I want him to be protected.
When do we get to see your house?
Soon.
Ulfgar, do you have any sacred groves or like holy places?
Personally, that are
Well, I built a little shrine to Lyra at my house, but I'm guessing that wouldn't be what you're looking for.
Calm waters, trees. I mean, I know we're underground, so probably not many trees or
we're not
shrubberies.
completely underground.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I didn't really understand.
We're in the mountainy area. Well,
So
I
the
guess
city,
didn't really stay.
the city proper is completely underground, but there's a lot of connecting villages. There's a lot of tunnels that lead outside. So it is mostly underground, but there's stuff outside.
Okay. I'm sure I would at least know of like a nice naturey type place. Maybe?
It would take a little while for you to get to it,
Okay.
but you're looking for basically a waterfall with a pond type area, some flowing water that has some standing water in it. Yeah.
I know a spot. It'll take a little bit to get to, but we can truck there.
About this time, I'm going to message if she's within 120 feet of me and be like, oh, where did they go?
They left?
I think they did.
Oops.
We got very excited with
This
her.
book is very fascinating.
It's not like you two really said anything.
No, we just wondered about
Straight to the...
Do you remember Ulfgar's last name?
No.
Cool.
Maybe we should just wait here until they come back.
Okay, I'll keep reading.
Like 3 days later, now we come back. Hey, what are you guys doing?
Here the whole time?
I don't even
Accidentally got
do
a
I
job
remember
as
Ulfgar's
the
last
librarian
name?
without even
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Wait, what? The librarians now?
I remember Ulfgar's last name, so
You have jobs there by the time we get
Yeah.
like reshelving books.
I've been promoted.
You, at Weapons, Armor, and More, you go and approach one of the smithies. It's a short woman, even short for a dwarf, but fairly broad. It seems like it's probably a hill dwarf. And she's currently at the counter, just hands crossed, waiting for customers to come up.
I'm really glad I learned Dwarvish. This is coming in handy sooner than I thought it would.
I want to stick close to her. Well, not like creepy close, but just close.
And I'm
You do
close.
know that most dwarves here do also speak common.
I was going to say, my Dwarvish probably isn't great. Knowing me, I'm not a very studious person. Half-elf thing, so... But, the general terms. I actually think I will try to struggle through on Dwarvish unless she just stops me. Because it's too bad. Hello, dogs and armors. Do you have armor for a dog? And I point to my dog, Monty.
Dog in armor?
Yes.
Dog into armor?
Yes, please, if you can.
She sort of strokes her chin. One second. She turns around and walks back and talks to someone back there and comes back out with the other person and talks a little more in front of you. You get the gist that it's talking about not enough material, or maybe one of them, the other person says, I'm not sure I'm comfortable doing this. You're starting to get the impression that maybe your question didn't come off quite right.
I chime in. And I say, excuse me, I'm Ulfgar Drakeheart, and I would like some armor for this dog, please.
Oh.
Politely, but sternly. I want to use my name I think
Like
I'm
you're
the
throwing
shit.
your name around.
Nice. I appreciate that.
Drakeheart. Ulfgar Drakeheart, you're back in town, are you?
I am, indeed.
Well,
It's a figment of your imagination.
well, I'm excited to hear that. Yeah, so you want dog for the armor, or armor for the dog. That's what you want. Okay.
Were you about to make my dog into armor?
I thought that you wanted armor made out of the dog.
I'm just very happy we cleared that up. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. I should have been clearer. I understand now with not enough material parts. Monty, I love you. I'll never let them turn you into armor.
Amadine, maybe you should let either me or Ulfie do the dwarfish speaking.
Absolutely, sure. Yeah.
In order to do this, though, we are going to have to take some measurements and...
Monty, sit.
Takes a few minutes. She does take measurements. She seems a little bit skeptical or not quite sure what she's doing. But she takes numerous measurements and brings them back and speaks with someone back there. Comes back out a few minutes later, says, okay, for custom work, because we don't do a whole lot of armor for animals. We have done it a couple of times, but this is custom work here. And the cost of the materials itself, that is going to run you about 90 gold. This will be for some studded leather armor.
If I put the order in now, can I pay for it when I... I'm with Ulfgar here. He'll vouch for me.
Looks over at Ulfgar, says, Yeah, that will be fine.
Great. Thank you. How long do you think it'll be?
I'm thinking about 5 days.
Okay, great. I'll see you in 5 days.
All right.
I'm gonna whisper to Ulfgar, I had no idea you were so distinguished. It's sexy. This is in Dwarfish.
I thank the lady, and I apologize profusely to the very uncomfortable man for making him think he had to make an armor out of a poor dog. I'm so sorry to put you through that.